Hello everyone, welcome to the JD Theory. Today, we'll be going over the November 3rd episode of Monday Night Raw, the first episode following Saturday night's main event. That just happened on November 1st. If you want my review on that, dropped it yesterday. But today, you're here for Raw, and Raw you're going to get. This week's episode starts with CM Punk. He comes out, our new champion. He acknowledges the trials and tribulations he had to face to get here. Talks some shit, as he does greatly. Big shots on an injured Seth Rollins. And he calls out so many people. I kind of love this part. Shouts out even JD McDonough, who the WWE does not want to push. But he did have that good win against Sheamus. Maybe we see something with McDonough soon. But yeah, man, this was fun. Logan Paul then comes out. This shocked me because we haven't seen Logan in quite some time. And Logan cuts a great promo, talking to the crowd, calling them broke, yada yada. And then Heyman and the Vision come out next. Heyman says Braun and Bronson are next in line, not Logan Paul. Oh boy. Breaker tells them to get out of the ring. And I just have to say, everything about this promo, if you didn't watch this, excuse me for my tone, and if I sound a little tired, it's because I am. Just woke up. But yeah. This was great. Yeah, Breaker tells them, get out of my ring. Logan leaves, or tries to at least. And there's a hilarious little bit of Braun going, oh, you're going to go that way? Cool. And he pretends he's going to let Logan by, only to shove him to the ground. Paul's head hits the back of the ring. It was so good. And the Vision, they would beat up Punk. And Logan actually decides to save Punk. He gets back in there, and this would end with Punk getting out a steel chair, scares the Vision off for now. I was a fan of this segment. Braun Breaker is so good. And yeah, man, everything about this was fun. It even sets up the main event, which we would get to, which the main event tonight was really good. And I'll tell you about it when we get up to it, but this is how we do these episodes. We go bit by bit in the order we got them in. So next on the card, we had Stephanie Veker. Ooh. Lordy Lord, what a sneeze. Stephanie Veker and Nikki Bella versus the Judgment Day. We start with Nikki and Roxanne. The Prodigy looks very athletic in ring. And I'm sorry, WWE, but I have a hard time being convinced that Nikki Bella is a big threat. She has not been booked strong since she got back. And, Veker, once again, she gets in, hits a big nasty boot to the face of Raquel. Once we get Nikki in the ring, she's just getting beat up by Raquel. Veker gets a hot tag. And after a huge Meteora in the corner, Steph tries to go for the SVB, which doesn't work, of course, because Raquel is very big. And Roxanne would find her way back in the ring, who gains control. But that control is very short-lived. Veker gets the devil's kiss. The crowd goes wild. Nikki tags in. It's the rack attack, but Raquel is able to disrupt it. And Roxanne Perez would actually win this match, hitting a Pop Rocks on Nikki Bella, while Veker is on the outside, notably from Raquel slamming her face on the apron. So yeah, this was a match that happened. I don't know how to explain it. It's like every feud, and this is just for the female members of the Judgment Day, because we're not having this problem with Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Not yet, at least. Or not right now. But it's like every single opponent, Roxanne and Raquel will have a 1v1 match, and then the other person, whether it be Roxanne or Raquel, then have a 1v1 match with another member of the opposing tag team, then they have a tag team match. And they stretch 3 weeks of television with this formula, Roxanne versus X and Raquel versus Y, and then they all fight together. It's like, I don't know, I'm getting a little sick of this formula. I do like the Judgment Day. I think Roxanne and Raquel are maybe the maybe not the best team, but they're certainly the most developed tag team. I feel like they have an essence to them. You know, they're not just like a thrown together group. They're a faction, right? I think there's a lot to like about the Judgment Day. I just think we need to break out of this a little bit because we all know Stephanie Vaquer is not losing her title to the Judgment Day members. We know that. And why do we know that? Because it's been booked like that. There's no... I would be shocked and jaw-dropped if either Roxanne or Raquel won the title from Stephanie. But yeah, then we cut to a John Cena tournament vignette, and this is super exciting, man. I love that Cena's last match is being treated as a huge deal because it is. It is a huge deal. And it's also a free ticket for Plotline, right? You get a tournament, you have some guys, have some matches. This is how you start some programs. I'm all here for it. Then we get Uso and Punk backstage. They actually make up. They'll be taking on the Vision together in the main event. And this had me worried if they'll pull the trigger on Jey Uso's heel turn, or maybe Jey as a character is using the near heel turn as a lesson to be a better person and become an even bigger babyface. I can't tell. I mean, the main event division on Raw, it's very deep right now. There's a lot you could do. I think, you know, do you need a heel or a babyface more? That's really what it comes down to. And if you're going to have Braun Breaker eventually become champion, maybe you need a face Jey Uso to challenge him, you know? Either way, we'll see what happens with Jey Uso. I think creatively, they've done a lot of good stuff with him. I know a lot of people online are not happy about Jey Uso getting a huge push, but I think the character work has been there. I think it's good we let him talk a lot on this show instead of just like 2 sentences and having him yeet. Because Jey can talk. He really can, you know. Next, we would get Penta versus El Grande Americano. So, this is happening for whatever reason. But yeah, we have the Los Americanos at ringside. Both Kaiser and Penta can absolutely go in the ring. But this match, it doesn't really grab me right away. But after the commercial break, it does pick up a lot. Mostly because Penta is doing some great striking. This guy's got kicks, man. And goddamn, Penta, he's honestly, he's all over El Grande Americano this entire match. He's very explosive. The ref kicks out Bravo while Rayo gives El Grande a steel plate to put in his mask. And this is what shocked me. Penta would still stay in control while the ref kicks out Ryu for hopping the ropes. And Penta still prevails even after this, hitting a huge Mexican destroyer and winning the match. He even dodges through the Los Americanos post-match attack. I mean, it was great stuff, honestly. And El Grande lost clean? Has that ever happened yet? I feel like we've had serious shenanigans protecting El Grande Americano since he's debuted, right? Is he still the speed champion? God only knows. But yeah, this was rare to see just El Grande being assisted in every way possible and not getting it done. I loved it. I think it looks really good for Penta. I think it's good to make him look strong right now because he failed to capture the IC title again, but that doesn't mean he's not a top competitor. So yeah, it's a good reminder, smack in the face, throwing some water on you. Penta is still that guy, don't forget. Then we get to some promos, right? Kabuki Warriors talk shit in a vignette to Lyra and Bailey. They do a lot of these. The Kabuki Warriors love their little video packages. Dom comes out declaring himself the greatest IC and AAA champion of all time. And holy moly, Rey Mysterio comes back. This shocked me, man. Hell yeah. And they cut one of the best back and forth promos I've seen all year. If you have not seen this, go watch it now. Awesome stuff. They go to blows. Ray hits the 619, goes up for the splash, and Dom rolls out of the ring. Ray defending Lucha Libre. Defending it from his son. I love it. Lyra and Bailey, they have a little backstage thing as well. And then Becky Lynch just kidnaps the show from the commentary table. And damn, she is unhinged here. Goes wild on New Mexico with the meth comment. I thought that was hilarious and awesome. They really let Becky have just no filter, and that's what we need, man. This entire episode is just on fire. Every promo has been killer. All the mic work has been great. The matches have been pretty good so far. But goddamn, man, we are moving the needle with this episode. Can you believe that? Rey Mysterio came back. We have not seen Rey since pre-Mania, man. That made my inner child pop off a little bit, right? And then we get the Kabuki Warriors versus Lyra, Valkyria, and Bailey. And to be completely honest with all of you, I only half watched this match. I was only half able to pay attention because, life. We all got life to be living, right? But when I was able to lock in, I saw Kyrie getting beat up by Bailey and then Lyra. And there was a great spot on Lyra hitting Kyrie with a backbreaker. Then Bailey dropping the elbow from the top rope. And we get some outside ring shenanigans with Asuka and Bailey. But when Asuka gets officially tagged in, she taps out Lyra with the Asuka lock. Big win for the Kabuki Warriors. Charlotte and Alexa then run in. And I wrote in my notes, I sense a tag team championship match, which we would then learn is absolutely confirmed for next week on Raw, which we'll talk about later in the episode. I need to grab a tissue and blow my nose. Bear with me, people. Okay. These podcasts are one take always. No pausing. Gotta go with the flow. That's how we do these videos. Yeah. So yeah, Kabuki Warriors versus Lyra and Bailey. It was, I don't know. I can't really comment on the match because, like I said, I wasn't able to fully pay attention here. But after this, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day. Now, this match was fire. Dragon Lee and Finn Balor, they have great chemistry as opponents. Once AJ comes in off a hot tag, he runs this match. And I noticed that Dominic Mysterio's at ringside too. That's interesting. Finn never hits the coup de grace. But, he still goes for it, right? But him and Dragon Lee, they have a second great face-off when they're both back in the ring. Then we get AJ and McDonough. Styles just whoops his ass, essentially. Finn tells Dom to distract the ref, and whoa, Sheamus comes out. Sheamus beats up Dom. Dragon Lee starts going berserk in ring, has a huge dive on Balor to the outside. Then back in the ring, we have AJ. He lands that Styles Clash on J.D. McDonough, winning the match. And holy hell, this match had the tempo of a lightning bolt. It was electric, explosive, fast, and it was another great match with these two tag teams. I swear to God, man, I could watch AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day for the entire length of the episode, man. If Raw was just this match and we just got like some promo cut-ins, hell yeah, man. I'm up for it. These four, amazing. And I think anybody watching is taking that away from this episode and 2 weeks ago when we saw it the first time. Next, we would get Steph and Nikki backstage. Stephanie Vaquer. Nikki is sad about the loss. Steph is cheering her up. This friendship thing is a little weird. I don't know. Something feels very disingenuous about it. And I think Vaquer can be a face without being friendly. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to be nice to everybody. She could just be a face who holds the title, you know? But whatever. Paul Heyman is talking to Jey Uso backstage, trying to get Uso to turn to the dark side, talking about the vision. Maybe we get Jey in that faction. Who knows? I wrote that long before I knew what would happen at the end of the main event. Adam Pearce announces Rusev versus Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus for the last time is now tournament. This is going to be amazing, man. The John Cena tournament already given us matchups that we haven't really seen. A lot of great, super talented superstars, man. Oh, this is going to be the best part of the back end of this year. For me, man, I love a tournament. Just, dude, do more tournaments. Come on. King of the Ring isn't enough. We need, goddamn, a tournament every season. Just to do it. All right. But after that, we would get to our main event. Excuse me. Jey Uso and CM Punk versus The Vision. Now, I have a million notes on this because this match, it does something to me. Jey Uso's outfit game is getting better and better. Kind of reminds me of Jeff Hardy. The fits a little bit. Not that it's Jeff's style, but it's like the colors and the way he switches it up every time. Even at Saturday's night main event, Jey had a fire fit. But yeah, Bronson Reed starts this match, taking control. Quickly, we have Breakker come in and face CM Punk. After throwing Breakker out of the ring, we see some solid tag team work with Jey and Punk. Punk lands a meaty knee on Bronson, and Jey dives at Braun outside. But after a commercial break, we see the Vision is now in control, and they use that piggyback slam that they do with Breakker on Bronson's back. It's pretty funny. But, dude, Breakker is just so athletic, man. I say this every time, but wow. Even his selling is enhanced because he goes for a huge knee on the turnbuckle, and he just has a huge tumble outside of the ring. I thought it looked great, but this wouldn't last long because the Vision, they would keep control of this match. And we get like a double hot tag situation with Uso and Reed both coming in. Jey would come in hot, striking down the big man, hits him with a hip attack. Then we get a strong sequence, almost ending the match with a spear. Breakker would break it, pun intended. And then everything just spills to the outside. We have a complete brawl, excuse me. Yeah, we have a brawl on the outside. This ends up going to a no contest. Both teams are just beating the crap out of each other. Gets counted out. And this is all right. I'm okay with no results. You know, we've been doing so many distractions and interferences that countouts kind of feel fresh right now. I know we did it with Maxine Dupree versus Becky, but this still works because we don't use it that much. So yeah, that was fine. And at first it looks like Jay and Punk are going to put Reed through the announce table, but the tides are changed when Braun Breaker, he lands a huge spear on Jay. We then get an extra spear and a tsunami on Jey Uso just for good measure, because why not? Beat the crap out of him. Punk tries to scare them with a chair again, like the start of the episode, but now the Vision grab chairs of their own, and what? Logan Paul comes out with brass knuckles, but he doesn't help Punk. He actually turns his attention to Punk. Punk is knocked out. Logan gives the brass knuckles to Paul Heyman. New member of the Vision? Question mark, question mark? Wow. Everything about the end of this episode had my head spinning, bro. Logan Paul is doing great work. You don't like the guy, that's fine, but you can't deny he knows how to be a heel, man. I thought we might have turned him face for a second. No. He is not here to be a good guy. He would never get over as a face, man. So I'm glad they did that. That was so crazy. Maybe, yeah, man, I guess we'll see what happens with Logan Paul. But that's, wow. Punk is in deep waters, man. Jay might be out for a while. Because you know what happens when the tsunami lands. You got to go to the hospital. They got to pull out the stretcher. You get written off television for a month or two. Maybe that's just Roman Reigns, but either way. Here are some additional notes I have. Saturday night's main event, go watch my video. I grade every match from F tier to S tier. The John Cena tournament is going to be awesome. Yeah, that's my big takeaway. John Cena's tournament is going to be sick. And next week we have Stephanie Vaquer defending against Raquel Rodriguez. Let's talk about this a little bit. I do not see this being anything beyond a title defense just to fill the obligation of a title defense. I think we need Steph in a real singles program. I think that would help her out a lot. I'll say the reign is way too early to call bad because it's not bad at all. Her match against Tiffany Stratton was pretty solid. But yes, we need to do Stephanie Vaquer versus who could she face right now, man? Who are the top? Well, we have a lack of heels in the women's division due to injuries. Naomi's out. Of course, Liv Morgan's out too. Who do you make her fight? I guess you could have Becky lose the belt to Maxine Dupree and we get a Becky Lynch and a Vaquer. That would be a good match, right? Either way, we're going to see where this goes. I think Steph she's not going to squash Raquel. That's not going to happen. But she's going to win the match. Or there's going to be a DQ with Roxanne Perez or something. But yeah, Steph retains. That's my call. Charlotte and Alexa defending against the Kabuki Warriors next week. This I cannot say as confidently that the champions will defend because I think we may get new tag team champions. they've really taken a step up in the women's tag division these last few weeks. And I'm going to make the call. I think the Kabuki Warriors, as of next week, are your new women's tag team champions. I just see it happening. And then they could do a program with some NXT teams. Well, is Zaruka going to dissolve? I don't know. Either way, Kabuki Warriors get the belt. I'm calling it. Now, as for this episode, what do we take away? I think there's some confusion in the writing with Jey Uso. I don't know what we do with Nikki Bella. I have no idea what we do with her after this. I think AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are doing phenomenal, just putting on great matches. I think you have some of the great tag teams over on SmackDown face AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Imagine Fraxium versus these guys, man. Imagine Motor City Machine Guns against these guys. There's so many things you could do with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, man. Wow. Love this team. Who else? Who else is in a strange spot? I mean, El Grande Americano. Do we just have him get unmasked? Because, like, there's no coming back from a loss like that, dude. Penta pretty much won a 3v1 handicap match with weapons. Ooh, let's make a call on who's gonna win in that first match of the John Cena tournament, just for fun, right? Because we got Damian Priest and Rusev. I think Rusev really needs a win here after losing to Dom, the same way Penta just got a win over El Grande. I don't know if they're going to have Rusev actually beat Damian Priest, but Rusev is my guy. So I'm going all in on Rusev. Get him past that first round. Make him scary. Build him up again. We could do it. Then we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus. I think you have Sheamus win here. Shinsuke has been in no man's land. I mean, what is this guy doing? I have no idea. Maybe he's back in action. I haven't been watching SmackDown, truthfully. I kind of just keep up with it reading articles because I really don't have time to... I mean, it's on a Friday, man, my weekend, right? So maybe I'll cover SmackDown, but I doubt it. Raw and NWA Power, that's what I like to cover. And if I stopped covering Power, maybe I could do SmackDown. But as far as I know, I'm the only one covering Power on the platform. So I'm just going to keep doing that. But yeah, man, I'm going to go Sheamus wins and Rusev wins. And maybe, just maybe, we get back to that Rusev versus Sheamus rivalry. Because, god damn, that's fire, man. The Donnybrook match was so good, dude. Everything, every one of their matches on Raw was so good. How could you not love Sheamus and Rusev? Also, I tried watching... Hold on. I tried watching Ring of Honor on the 30th of October. I don't think that's my style, man. I just could not get into it for the life of me. It's kind of like, not like AEW pacing, but it's somewhere in the middle of that and like a TNA kind of thing. Yeah, also the presentation I didn't think was for me. They also do a technical wrestling thing. I think it's cool, but kind of surprised me when the match came on. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? What do they call it? The Pure Division? Cool concept, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. If you enjoyed this episode of the Raw podcast, the JD Theory podcast covering Raw 11/3/25, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the episode. I'm sure I'm gonna put up a poll the same time this episode drops. Probably gonna ask you guys your favorite match on the card. Definitely participate in the poll. And yeah, man, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.